Good morning, everybody. How's your Friday going? Beautiful day out there, but it's getting pretty chilly here. It's the scarf. Cold Waikato. All right, so today I just wanted to talk to you guys about gratitude as the topic for the day. So I'll start with saying, like, when things aren't going well, it's easy to get caught up in all the negatives and things like that and focus on everything that's going wrong, which just brings you down more. So that's never a good start. This is where I believe gratitude can help by getting you to start focusing on some more positive things that you can change that frame of mind and change it to more positive rather than negative. Gratitude can help shift your mindset from what seems like a shitty situation to all the good things that you do have in your life and start focusing on those instead. It's kind of like the days where everything just seems to go from bad to worse. You get out of bed and you think you've got out on the wrong side of the bed. If you let negative come out on top every time something happens in your day, then it'll just keep going wrong. But if you can pause for a minute and stop yourself from concentrating on what's going wrong and consciously change your outlook for the rest of the day, your day will actually improve as well. So that's quite powerful, I think. So gratitude is, for me, about focusing on what is good in your life and being thankful for what you do have. It's pausing to notice and appreciate things that we often take for granted in life. It brings you back to the present moment instead of worrying about the future or overthinking the past, neither of which you can actually change now in the present moment. Practicing gratitude also helps to avoid resentment and envy against other people. Gratitude can also help you feel optimistic, and also it fosters camaraderie and morale within other people. You can also start to find gratitude in challenges and look for the good in challenges. We might think that challenges, change, all that sort of stuff is negative. There actually can be some really good stuff come out of that as well. Gratitude can also help reduce anxiety by not worrying about situations before you need to, and instead on focusing something positive that could actually come from that situation. You might have a positive outcome to that situation instead of the negative stuff that you're concentrating on. There's generally some good to be found or a lesson in everything that happens in life, I believe, every situation in life. So if you're going through a hard time, gratitude can help you focus on the positive rather than all the negative outcomes to things. So I bet you've all heard or maybe even used the victim mentality yourself at times. Everything's going wrong, woe is me, all that type of stuff. Yes, there may be times where it's just bad luck, where everything seems to be going wrong, and sometimes it's completely unavoidable and out of your control. It's important that you work through this, of course. I'm certainly not saying to dismiss it altogether, but the most important thing is that not to stay in this mindset too long if you want to move on or grow. The victim mentality is never going to help you get past those things and move on. Sometimes it might be like a change of direction is needed. So like a personal example, which you've probably heard me use time and time again, is the COVID situation with my travel agency. So obviously nobody could have seen that was going to be a thing, especially this day and age. You wouldn't think that something like this big in the world would happen. The effects were unavoidable. Don't get me wrong, it really sucked at the time. But once I realized that there was absolutely nothing that I could do about it, I had no control over it, and I decided that I didn't want to stay in this negative space of the COVID situation impact on my business. I actually used gratitude to help me focus on the positive things that I did have in life. So I pretty much turned that around and used the situation to my advantage, spent more time with my kids and my family, and sort of took time to reassess my options. I started to look for other things that I could do and turned a negative situation around, took on a few sort of short-time jobs and studied, and now I'm coaching, as well as I have 2 part-time jobs at present that actually pay better and are far less stressful than owning a business. So my life now also has far more flexibility than it ever had before, and I believe it's all kind of worked out for the best. So that's just one personal example of how gratitude's kind of helped me through the process, I guess. So gratitude and gratefulness are also about overcoming elements in your life. So things like comparing yourself to others, not having enough, thinking you automatically deserve things in life, and being self-centered. Not realizing people that have everything that you want, that have actually made major sacrifices in their own lives to get to that point. So being happy for others and what they have achieved makes you less resentful towards them, perhaps. So what does a gratitude practice look like? So I'd recommend starting with, say, 10 minutes a day, putting 10 minutes a day aside in the evenings, maybe before you go to bed or when you first wake up in the morning, and write down in a diary or a journal or something like that at least 10 things that you're grateful for in that day. When you first start to do it, it may just be simple things. It may be the same things every day, and that's okay. But once your mind starts to kind of open up to the gratitude concept, you'll start to see the good in things rather than the bad automatically. And this can be anything. It can be stuff like what you're grateful for, something nice that someone said to you today, having great friends, having people in your life that care, having a healthy, happy family, having no money worries, all that type of thing. And while you should never compare yourself to others, if you're struggling to kind of come up with some points or 10 things every day, you could sort of look to other people who are not so lucky. And this may help you realize that there's actually a lot to be grateful in your own personal situation and a lot of great things happening in your own life. If you find yourself feeling negative, you can use this diary or journal to reflect and remind on some of the things that you are grateful for over time as well. So it's a good thing to look back on. And if you're grateful for what you have, you're also less likely to compare yourself to others if you realize that you have a lot of good things going on as well. Another sort of practice that you could use is you could thank someone for something that they've done for you. So expressing your gratitude to someone who's made a difference in your life makes them feel good about what they've done for you, as well as it makes you feel good for recognizing and showing your appreciation to other people. It also shows them that it's made a difference to you in your life, that small thing that they might have done. And then they may be also more likely to help you out again if they realize that it's had an impact on it and that you're grateful for what they've done for you as well. So I'm going to leave you with that to think about over the weekend and have a think about what you're grateful for today and this weekend. So have a good weekend and we'll see you next week. Bye.